hate to make it a very racial thing, but it's like, yo, mental health in the Black community going that far down and we commit mass homicide now? That's what we doing?
Well,
it looked like he was trying to run away from something else.
Yeah, I don't think he intended for that to happen. It was just a consequence of what he was trying to do.
Hey, I don't know now. There's information that came out that he was originally going slow, and then he took a turn, and he could have avoided that parade altogether. But as soon as he saw the parade, he put that metal to the pedal.
Oh, well, it settled then.
And my man was killing grandmas, children.
I mean, what I'm saying, I don't think he woke up that morning like, yeah, I'm gonna ride through a parade today.
He woke up that day and chose violence.
Yeah, he was like, instead of getting caught, fuck, I'm gonna go through these motherfuckers type shit.
Wait, but this guy's got to be slap crazy though. Have y'all seen what he was wearing in court? Because they got him in the little green snuggie smock with no clothes on underneath. Like, nah, we're not giving you nothing to hang yourself, bro. You going to trial.
Yeah, probably got some suicide shit.
Oh yeah, they're gonna make an example out of him. They're gonna make an example out of him.
Not to mention the fact that he did it and it's so highly visible, everybody's talking about it. So they definitely want to make this public.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look, old buddy throw himself to the wind right there. I really don't feel sorry for him. I don't know what the situation is, but he kind of make it hard for me to have any kind of empathy for.
He killed like 6 people.
Yep, 6 people, and I think he wounded 40 more people.
20 something? You said 40?
Yeah. Oh yeah, and see some of those people in critical condition.
So they can die.
Mm-hmm.
The original death count was 5. Then one person died in the hospital, and they were talking about one was on life support, then went to critical, then went back to life support, then went back to critical. So,
old buddy might get the death penalty.
He deserves that shit. Sound like me.
Oh, that's please somebody Google whether Wisconsin got the death penalty or not. Let me look. I'm curious to know. Wow,
I feel like this.
Search.
Hear me out, right? We should get rid of the death penalty and make rape jails.
Wait, what?
You heard me.
No. Say it one more time.
So instead of killing people, let's send them to a prison where you're gonna get raped.
Wow. Talk about a hot take. Oh my gosh.
This is a hot take because I
all that stuff that they say that bad that happened to you in prison, that's gonna happen to them there. All right, mandatory, daily. And that's how they live out the rest of their life.
Look, that's about the same as putting them in a stockade in the town square with no pants on and passing out pineapples.
I mean, that's just as fine as well. There's some stuff that you do that the public should know this is really not okay. Now, no dictators kind of shit, but like common shit like this, like indiscriminate killing, like, okay, you deserve to die in the worst way. You don't deserve to live, but I feel like dying is almost too easy at the same time. You deserve 6 deaths.
For the death penalty.
Huh?
Who in here is not for the death penalty?
I mean, I feel like it's too easy. That's a weird take on it too. I'm not for the death penalty because dying is too easy.
The only reason I'm not for the death penalty because, you know, a lot of times these cases end up being overturned because they have the wrong evidence. But how you gonna overturn somebody's case when they've already been killed by the state? They just not finding out who actually killed Malcolm X, or that the people that they have already arrested for killing Malcolm X was not the guys.
So it was the fall guys?
Oh, and then as soon as that news come out, his daughter dies the same week as well.
Oh yeah.
Now see, imagine if they were sentenced to death and they were already executed. Now they get exonerated. That means they died for nothing.
Nothing. Nobody getting nothing for it. They're too long ago.
And they died because somebody was negligent at their job. Right?
On purpose most of the time with the negligence.
I feel like let's go back into the whole defund the police kind of shit. Like, I think that's a bad name. It's more like refund them. Fund them in better ways instead of what the fuck we've been doing. Get them more money, but let's make sure we get them the money in the right aspect. Don't get them bigger guns, get them more training.
Talk about messed up prosecutors leads us to Ahmaud Arbery.
It's a personality thing. I would give the police's personality tests to make sure that they can use the right judgment.
There is no standard of a personality test that is good enough. Psychology is like a guessing game.
No, I get that, but it's different ways to vet people. FBI do it all the time.
But see, you have to pay them more than.
No, it's just everybody gonna have a cost of living raise and all that kind of stuff like that. In order to get the job, you should be able to be qualified in certain things, to be mentally able to do the job with a good conscience that you're gonna be kind of foul.
Well, the thing about police and the qualifications of police in America is that we're one of the lowest trained countries in the modern world in terms of our policing, because most police people only go through like 2 months, maybe 3 months of training. Whereas if you go to any other civilized society, the minimum is like 15 months to 3 years of training.
So they look at more like kind of like military.
Yeah, even in North Korea, their police are quote unquote military, and they go through like 2 years of training.
Bad example, North Korea, but
I mean,
no, ain't no
the bad example is the American police force who don't get enough training.
I mean, bad example as in they don't run their economy or culture like anything like America, probably.
No.
Well, we ain't talking about that comparison of like how the countries are run. We're just talking about like the training of the police.
I mean, in my point, there in North Korea there is no choice to but be a good police.
No, it's not. It's absolutely a dictatorship. But
here there are too many. I mean, the training only makes a difference in so much, because let's say if here we put everybody who was a police officer under death of threatening them and their families, I'm pretty sure a lot more police officers would do right.
If you look at the extremity of how North Korea enforces the law, the way that you say death is too easy, in North Korea, they're like, the law is the law. Dude smuggled in the Squid Game. He got death. He's already dead. And the person who bought the thumb drive with the Squid Game on it got life in prison. And that person's a teenager.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So,
but once again, we don't run shit like that, and I don't think we should or can run shit like that.
By the way, I'm not advocating we run our like North Korea.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
The problem is
focus on that training, that how strong.
I see
they're resilient. You know,
I get that.
They ready to go.
But then we have an institutional problem in America where for you to have to be provided so much training and risk to your job, there has to be some sort of economic, reason for you to want to do that. You getting shitty police officers because the pay is shitty, because the training is shitty. All right, because they're saving money. This is the capitalism where we go. All right.
I mean, most counties' police force, isn't it like at least 20% of their budget is going toward policing and fire department?
Maybe not.
It's got to be a stat for that.
But what is their actual budget going to? It seems like most departments going to buy more guns and bigger guns instead of buying more training. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. Reallocating how they paying that shit.
Most of the time, the money don't go to the employees. They hit them with a flat rate and get them in marketing wise to come and apply for the job. Now, most of the time when you see the bonuses and different things like that coming, it is for the equipment, the cars.
That's what I mean. Instead of training officers, they're giving them better equipment, which
that's the reason why I propose like actually vetting these cops, and just because it's easy for you to get the training, so you should have some other things set in line too, with like vetting the cops before they actually get the job. Make that part of the hiring process. Maybe bump up the pay like Tim talking about to give incentives.
Where that money gonna come from? That's the
money got to come from. Money got to come from the taxes.
Of link.
And you know everybody against raising taxes.
I know, but they raise it to get buildings.
I found this interesting. That local governments spend on average $340 per person on law enforcement, which I don't know if that seems like a lot or a little, but I wonder what's the comparative rate when it comes to training that person that's enforcing the law.
I think what we talking about, training the I want to see everybody. I think when it comes to training, that's the key thing to saving money. If you invest in the beginning and training a person properly, shoot, these cases where the police is have to give all this retribution money out that come out of the taxpayer pockets and things like that might be prevented more if we train up the police and things like that and vet them before they get these jobs. Because just like a lot of jobs, if you're not the boss, you're gonna have some messed up pay. If you're not the boss on any job, the pro and con to it is you got to wait till they dictate that you worth more money.
Okay, how about do this, Tron? Let's play a game I don't know the answer to. You there, Tron?
Yep, I'm here.
So look up the average pay for a police state trooper in Georgia. Now let's all guess how much they get paid.
Don't bring it up yet.
Don't show it yet. Don't show us.
At least 45,000. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, what's that question?
Or a little lower, a little less.
I don't know the answer, but my guess is a Georgia state trooper make at least 68,000 a year, just starting in.
Okay. And I'm gonna guess.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say 40. Fuck that.
I'm gonna go in between 45,000. Maybe it might be 46. It might be 44, but I'm in that range.
Okay.
Tron, what you think?
All right, what y'all said?
So, how if you was a Georgia state trooper coming in the door, risking your life, this is all in detail with the job. You're risking your life, risking your freedom, risking your family, risking your reputation. All of this and your health to be a Georgia state trooper, right? What is you coming in, starting in, making out the door? How much can you gonna provide for your family as you putting your life on the line for the state of Georgia?
What y'all numbers?
Mine is 68.
Giz got 45, 44, something like that.
I got 40 or less.
Drum roll, please.
I know I'm gonna be right.
Wow, 35.
I was right. Yeah. I was right. Told you they don't make shit.
Well, it makes sense because I have a state trooper guy that used to work for him, and he I'm pretty sure transitioned to another job with the Board of Education to be a cop for them.
Oh, you gotta go.
So it was more convenient for him to not be on that road like that.
I only say Georgia because I know the cost of living in California is a little higher. So I know we all at least lived in Georgia, so we can get a better comparison about how much money it is and how good you're gonna live. Making how much you said the average was at the top?
35, I think.
That's it. 35. You're not even making. I was wrong with 40,000.
So that must was South Carolina that I was looking at paying 40 something.
Well, they said upon graduation is 47.
Well, that's what I was thinking. So when you getting trained, it's 35 because you're not in the field right then. But when you get in the field, 47.
Okay, I'm gonna do some math. We're gonna save $50,000 a year for risking your life.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
That's what it looks
like. That's how much you worth.
If you get up to
because the overtime and stuff should at least give you at least by the extra 3,000.
You know, you gotta think about taxes and all that shit too now. Now you in another tax bracket.
I don't want us to stray too far from a point though. So I'm curious about something too. Now, how much are these departments wasting in taxpayer money from lawsuits, from poor training, poor officers, poor prosecutors?
That was my point. That was my point right there.
A lot of money probably being wasted.
I mean, just from Georgia alone, from the Ahmaud Arbery case, how much are they going to lose from those two prosecutors?
They're going to continuously lose.
Arbery, a little bit too, y'all.
You know what I'm saying? That's three new prisoners they got to feed in house.
Yes, going to your point right about the
that was
Arbery
a multi-million-dollar
case,
trial.
The two prosecutors in that, the one young lady that's being brought up on charges now, her name was Jackie Johnson, and there was another prosecutor who worked with one of the three defendants. Well, now convicted murderers. His name was George E. Barnhill. He worked with one of them too. And it's so surprising that the Republican prosecutors, after the heat and all that came, were swift to bring up charges, because it must have been so egregious what they found out about what was going on. 78 days for them to bring charges, that they was like, nah, anybody that's caught with this hand grenade, catch me. And that Johnson lady is just the first, not the last.
That's what you think they said?
Well, they shouldn't have been trying to cover up nothing anyway. Oh, that's her? Who else have been terrorized and killed by police where Ahmaud Arbery was murdered?
Good question.
Los Angeles Times.
Hey, Tron, read through that a little bit.
All right, once I get through their paywall.
They're good for that kind of shit.
Says Caroline Small was just 35 years old when she died. Already struggling with mental health issues as well as drug and alcohol addiction. It is believed her divorce, which had just became finalized days earlier, contributed to her poor state of mind when a Glenn County officer approached her as she sat in her running car. Someone had called the police believing Small was doing drugs. This is June 18, 2010. Okay, so I guess she has a history of doing this. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all that, but you get the point.
Being a racist bitch.
Dang.
Can we cuss? Yeah.
Yeah, go right ahead. If worse come to worse, we can when we do transcription later on, we can bleep it out if we like.
I mean, I don't give a shit. I hope her and her family and everybody who like her hear me call her a racist fucking cunt of a bitch.
We didn't talk about this week, but there's an interesting case that's in Florida, right? And I don't know if you guys heard about it. There's a state trooper who had at least 100 and some odd cases that are all being thrown out or have been thrown out because he was planting drugs in their car. He's in the middle of being tried right now, right?
What is that?
God, I got to look up his name real quick because
it was so nigga did OJ shit. Is
he was planting meth in everybody's car.
Wow.
Like it got to the point where his stuff was so egregious, even the prosecutors in his little local county in Florida was like, no, we're not prosecuting any of his cases.
All these niggas got the same kind of gun drugs.
Yeah. Well, he filed for that, man. That's the stuff right there. See, the vetting process or what I was talking about, that could save the lawsuits. Them people got a case against the state because of this guy. And they need to hurry up.
Pay that money. They're going to give millions.
They need to hurry up and get him off the streets.
They probably already did. He probably already locked up.
Well, he got to get prosecuted to the fullest extent.
I think the real question comes down to back to what we were talking about. How can you prevent this?
Deputy indicted for allegedly planting drugs during traffic stops scheduled for trials in May. Man, this is something that's been going on for a long time. Not just with this guy, but just period in different states altogether.
That's true.
Where people have been going down.
Zachary Lester, yeah. And
if I'm correct, he got with this.
There's a link that I planted as well that they sentenced him to like 12 years and like 10 months or something like that. But here's the thing about it, right? This poorly trained cop, poorly paid cop felt like he had to pad his stats to do this, right? And okay, he got jail time, which I don't care about. Not to say that he shouldn't have done time. All the people's lives that he ruined by planting drugs on them. People lost jobs, people lost custody of their children, people lost their marriages, all because somebody was poorly trained. And it's like, okay, if we go back to Ahmaud Arbery, okay, three white racist men chased down a black guy, essentially lynched him, and the people who you pay to do justice was like, nah, they're friends of ours. We're not gonna do that. What the hell?
Yeah, because they sat on that for a long time. They sat on that for a couple of months until that video came out.
78 days.
7, 8 days sitting on evidence.
Yeah. It wasn't until someone in the prosecutorial department leaked the video of them chasing down Ahmaud Arbery. It wasn't until the video became public that they were like, "Oh no, we got to do something about this," because
they got pressure from the world. Yeah, I remember
it went viral.
I remember that shit.
And that's the only way most of the time that we can get some justice, if some of this stuff can get viral. And we need to continue to have our cameras out. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only pressure that we have, not no marches and a lot of that stuff. Because if they can continue to do things underhanded, and we can't get no light on it, well, the majority, the world, not just the country, because sometimes the country is desensitized to it. But when it becomes viral and they get out of the hands of just the country and the whole world see it, they normally have to do something about it.
Well, you know, the terrible thing is now that cops are starting to realize now that because we're recording so much, the smart cops are trying to do everything they can to stop you from recording. They'll try and verbally bully you out of recording. They will try to confiscate your phone, break your phone.
I mean, recording is how we got that Derek Chauvin conviction. Because it wasn't for that video, you know what I'm saying? Nobody would have never known what happened to George Floyd.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's
just been another nigga that got lost in the system.
The main reason he even got convicted is because, you know, he was on his neck for like, what, 8 minutes and 46 seconds?
Yeah.
On camera.
You
know what I'm saying?
The report of that is wild, because the report says that, you know, he restrained Arbery and Arbery went to cardiac arrest, not explaining the time frame.
George Floyd.
Yeah. And so the other thing is this, right? So Derek Chauvin knew George Floyd. They had worked together when Floyd was a bouncer.
They had beef.
And so the question is, which I don't feel like anybody ever really asked or answered, did he murder this person over beef?
He did, absolutely.
That's how you feel?
I don't really think it was like over.
If I was a cop,
look,
I think he was just doing too much.
Yeah, it's more like he had an opportunity to do it, so he did it.
He's just doing too much.
To do something. He doing too much because he could. But you think that dude forgot any of the altercations that they had in the past?
No, that's why he stood on his neck for that long.
That's exactly the reason why he did what he did. So it was definitely a vendetta.
He probably was replaying it in his head while he was kneeling.
And while he was doing it, letting them know that he's the man. Because that whole thing was more of I'm putting myself in a situation where I got you where I want you to be at, and you're gonna stay under here until I tell you to get up. That's what.
Yeah, you was the big guy. You was the big guy in the club.
It was the big guy.
I'm the big in front of all them women. But guess what? I got you right here, right now, in front of this noodle store.
Yo, hey, Giz, let me ask you a question. You know, you're the moderator today, right? So, do you think that cops are knowingly trying to get away with modern day lynching, like knowing exactly what it is, not sugarcoat the definition? They're like, okay, I'm in whatever kind of mood, I'm gonna find somebody to hem up today.
Absolutely. It definitely depends on what area you in. Now, I'm not saying all police is on that same mindset.
I don't think anybody here is saying that.
We're not saying that. We're not saying that.
There's a lot of good Carl Winslows out there.
That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of good police out there. But for the ones that's not, them couple bad apples, they absolutely is on. We're going to hem some people up today, dude, they got some problems with back in the past that they want to get their rocks off. And then some of them, they were taught exactly to do this by their partners or by their family or whatever. As soon as they got in a position of power, they about showing that power.
Do you guys think cops should have to pass a mental health evaluation every year in order to keep their job?
Yeah, don't they?
Need to do something.
I don't think that's like the majority.
I said the vetting process is the absolutely thing to save the county ultimately on finances on these different things that keep coming up, where people is getting killed for no reason sometimes at these traffic stops, or it's just another way to handle the situation. Why when certain police get in areas, it's absolutely, you do exactly what they tell you to do, and they don't know how to respond to no kind of like somebody going against what they saying because they feel like they know their rights. They automatically go straight to the violence with the taser, stopping people's hearts and killing them with a heart attack, the bullets, the whole nine. Now we can go on this all day, but I would like to change topics whenever y'all ready to go to something else. We can
talk about something else. We already know what the police is.
Cause we know what the police is, man. So I'm not even going down what the original what the police was made for.
Daddy in Arbery situation, he was a cop, so
you see what I'm saying? So the good boys most of the time gonna protect themselves. This is a system. It's blue. You like almost in a gang. And if we notice in certain police, they do have gangs inside, and they talk about the different things that they do towards people. Yeah, they talk about that.
Oh, the blue back flag cripping harder than anybody.
Oh yeah, they ride hard for each other. They ride hard for each other.